NCIS, Tony and Ziva Season 1 Episode 9, Who Gets Tali? Warning, this analysis contains major spoilers for NCIS, Tony and Ziva Season 1 Episode 9, Ride or Die, which aired on Paramount Plus on October 16, 2025. If you haven't seen it yet, stop right here because the episode's conclusion presents a devastating twist on Tali's fate during the season's midpoint climax. Written by Frank Cardea and directed by MJ Bassett, this 45-minute episode, which is part of the 90% Rotten Tomatoes rated season, intensifies the reigning fire conspiracy with Tony DiNozzo's, Michael Weatherly, rogue Alps pursuit and Ziva David's, Cote de Pablo, command of Milan. Based on recaps by Sportskeeda, Collider, and FandomWire as of October 16, 2025, we explain the ending, Who Gets Tali, Isla Gie, and its implications. Recap of the episode, with very few ending spoilers, following Episode 8's Jaguar drone hack on Tali's safehouse feed. Episode 9 begins with Sophie, her nanny, and Tali traveling to Barbados for safety. While Ziva works with Boris, Maximilian Osinski, and Claudette, Amita Suman, in Milan, Tony strays to Jonah Markham's, Julian Ovenden, Alps lair to obtain evidence of Henry's murder. Using a burner phone, Martine Aranow, Nassima Benchicou, confesses Jonah's global drone takeover scheme and provides information for safety. As the episode progresses toward a proof exchange and Ziva's reunion, Jonah's retribution makes Tali's security the crucial emotional factor. Who wins Tali in the end? The twist of Jonah's kidnapping in a nutshell, Jonah receives Tali. Using Graves, Sean Pertwee, resources, Jonah uses a planned ambush to divert Sophie and Tali's flight from Barbados to Isla Zafira due to a weather emergency, thereby capturing Tali in the midst of the mayhem. As Jonah uses her as bait to trick them into falling into a trap, the stakes are raised, and Tony and Ziva are forced to comply with his wishes. While Tali is still in Jonah's grasp, setting up the climax of Episode 10, the episode closes on a cliffhanger with Tony and Ziva declaring their love for one another in the midst of the crisis and promising to save her. Comprehensive analysis, 35:00, End the Diversion Jonah, under the influence of Graves, compromises the system to make a emergency landing on the fictional South American island of Isla Zafira while Sophie and Tali are on a private aircraft to Barbados. After spotting the trap, Sophie whispers to Tali, "Stay close, we're getting out." Sophie is overwhelmed as Jonah's goons and drones rush the tarmac. Her locket, a Ziva relic, falls in the midst of the fight and Tali's scream reverberates as she is separated. Jonah's leverage, smirking, Jonah watches the feed from his hideout in the Alps and remarks, "The circle closes, family's the key." "I have your daughter," he calls Tony. "Come by yourself, otherwise she will suffer." Tony's face crumples as he freezes in the middle of proof extraction, saying, "You touch her, you're dead." "Jonah, you monster," yells Ziva, who is watching from Milan. However, Jonah's demand for a trade, the 9.4 virus for Tali, cuts the line. Reuniting with Ziva at the chalet, Tony makes the confession, "I can't lose her, or you." Ziva responds with tears in her eyes, "We won't. Together, we put an end to this." They finalize their ride or die agreement with their first full kiss since the start of the series, but the screen cuts to Jonah holding Tali, her eyes wide with terror, "Daddy." Cut to black. Emotional weight, according to FandomWire, the abduction is a heartbreaking escalation, reiterating the series' theme of family as weakness, but turning it into a strength when Ziva comes together. According to Collider, Tali's split triggers a flashback of their 2020 wedding, Episode 8, intensifying co-parenting anxieties. As a twisted mirror to Tony, both fathers, but one a monster, Jonah's key line humanizes him. Consequences for the season and the arc of Episode 10, according to Sportskeeda, the twist compels them to reunite, but Tali's danger puts their freshly declared love to the test. Anticipate a rescue amidst a drone swarm in Episode 10, Full Circle, October 23, where Gibbs, Mark Harmon, voiceover suggests an NCIS crossover. Villain escalation, according to Collider, Jonah's use of Graves' resources validates his desire to rule the world, taking the conspiracy to world-ending proportions. Family stakes, according to Reddit, r/NCIS, October 16, 2025, Tali's capture, her first significant danger, calls for justice, with fans hoping Martine's, Nassima Benchicou, intelligence could change the course of events. A critical view, a masterful gut punch, according to Sportskeeda, who also praises the love confession payoff. Collider criticizes the cliffhanger cruelty, whereas FandomWire exclaims, Tali's fate equals emotional dynamite. Overall episode rating, 8.5 out of 10. The daring and tragic conclusion of episode 9, in which Jonah acquires Tali, raises the stakes of the season as Ziva and Jonah reunite.